Welcome to Clean Plates, where every bite tells a story. I'm Brian Romaine, joining you on a culinary journey to understand the whys behind our diets and desires. I'm Brian Romaine, joining you on a culinary journey to understand the whys behind our diets and desires. Joining me today is Jourdan Samuel. Jourdan, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Thanks so much for having me on your show.
No, of course. Yeah. So Jourdan is the founder of Evo Hemp, and Evo Hemp is like they're an industrial hemp company, but they're a little bit more than that. So Jourdan, and explain to the audience exactly what Evo Hemp's like mission is.
Yeah, absolutely. So Evo Hemp, we were founded back in 2012 with a mission to really help revitalize American farming. So a big thing for us is really helping farmers across the country convert their farms from soy, wheat, and corn to hemp. And when doing so, they're able to earn 4 to 6 times the income than with those traditional crops.
Wow, that is quite a jump in numbers. I mean, what inspired you to start this company in the first place?
Yeah, so my business partner Ari and I started this company really with us learning about the economic benefits that hemp can provide their farmers. Additionally, once we learned about the health benefits behind hemp, we were just like, this is such an amazing plant with such an amazing health profile that we have to get it onto the market. So beyond the economic benefits, hemp is also one of the most nutritionally beneficial plants on the planet. Their hemp seeds, 33% of its protein is usable protein that can be absorbed by your body. So unlike soy or whey, it doesn't have any trypsin inhibitors or phytoestrogens. It's going to be very easy for your body to digest and absorb those nutrients. And additionally, it has a perfect balance of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. And it also has all of your amino acids in the hemp seeds themselves. So by just eating hemp hearts on a daily basis, you're getting a ton of nutritional benefits along with the protein benefits also.
Wow, there's so much to unpack there just because the benefits of the protein alone are staggering. The amino acid and the profile that you're getting, every amino acid chain that you need for your body to thrive. I've heard you speak multiple things, as well as your business partner, on just the sustainability of hemp, as well as it being a renewable resource, because not only is it good for your body, but you can use it in like building structures and, tables. I've seen people make trays out of compressed pellets of hemp. So there's hempcrete. I mean, I've seen everything.
Yeah, the opportunities are honestly almost endless when it comes to ways you can use hemp in industrial purposes. So like you said, it can be used for plastics, it can be used for paper products, it can even be used as a gasoline alternative. So really hemp is, an amazing plant with so many uses, and it's extremely sustainable as well. You can grow it all the time. It doesn't deplete the soil. So you can keep growing it on the same soil year after year without depleting the soil content. And it's a renewable resource. So you can just continue to use hemp year after year with, the same seeds that you've been using from the previous year. So it's really easy to cultivate. Essentially, it is a weed, so to speak. So it doesn't need much in order to grow very big and very healthy. And again, you can use it not only for paper products, oil products, you can use it for your clothing, and of course you can use it for food.
No, that's really cool too. Plus, most people these days are very aware that you're not growing marijuana, you're growing hemp. It's an actual product versus a medicinal benefit from cannabis, where you're using it for clothing, food, and other products that incorporate hemp versus cannabis.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's really cool is with hemp, like you were just mentioning, you can use different varieties of hemp for different results. So, there's different varieties that are focused for seed production that are going to, develop a ton of seeds for you that you can use for hemp hearts, hemp protein, and for food products. Then there's also hemp that you can grow specifically for fiber production. So those are the really long tall hemp stalks that you've seen probably in pictures, those are generally used for fiber and go great for clothing production, or can even be used for like bedding for animals and animal fiber. And then lastly, there's also the production for like CBD and cannabinoids, which would be a different plant or a different variety as well.
See, that's really, really cool because like the education alone that I'm even learning from that, I kind of had no idea that there was two different varieties for just the hemp parts that you would use for hemp parts themselves and then into the proteins. And then there's the fibrous for, ones for growing specifically the fiber to be woven into clothing, or like you were just saying, animal bedding or things like that. So, I mean, some of the coolest clothes I've ever seen are made from hemp. So
definitely. And what's really cool also
hats.
Yep. Here's our Evo Hemp hats right here.
That's so cool, dude.
Thank you. And one of the really cool things about hemp as a fiber for clothing is it's also just really, really strong. So hemp clothing will outlast your cotton clothing. There's even a tomb that was found in India, and the lady was wearing all hemp clothing, and all her clothing was still intact thousands of years later.
That's incredible.
Definitely.
Yeah. So dialing it back now more to personal you, Jourdan. Growing up, what was your relationship with food like as a kid? Did you have any like sort of, childhood favorites, or did you struggle with food? Was it something that was just a normal, thing for you?
Honestly, I was a very picky eater as a kid, so I did not have a lot of variety in my diet. As I grew older, and especially in college, I definitely started branching out, trying new foods, got a lot more into, health, as well as just learning about food sources. And while I was in college, actually, Ari and I would go to Red Rocks to see concerts often in the summer. And there was a guy named Doss, and he would sell a ice cream sandwich called hemp ice cream. And essentially it's hemp cookies with hemp ice cream in the middle, similar to like a cookie ice cream sandwich, but all hemp derived. They're really, really delicious.
They're amazing.
Of nutrition. But Doss was really our first introduction to hemp foods. And he created a phenomenal product and did a great job educating the masses by going to Red Rocks and, going up and down the stairs and passing these out to the concert goers. So that is where we kind of first learned about hemp. And then once we were learning about the health benefits along with the economic benefits, we were just like, wow, there's so many amazing things that this plant has to offer. We got to get a product on the market. And with hemp as a food source, the concept really is a ton of nutrition in a little bite, especially with the hemp seeds. And that's really what we use to translate that into a nutrition bar. So nutrition bars are great for on the go, but you really want them to be filling. And so what better source to use than hemp protein that can really give you, 3 to 4 hours of energy in that small package.
That's really interesting too, because I remember just you mentioning this guy Doss. I mean, I didn't know that was his name was, but I remember at Sonic Bloom in 2016 is when I had one for the first time. We got the cookie and it was a jasmine flavor, like the ice cream, everything. And it was like so floral and so delicious though. Like didn't taste like you were eating perfume, didn't eat like you were, something fake or phony and, processed. It actually tasted like this complex, sweet, flowery treat. And it was the ice cream and the hemp all together. It was hot as heck out. So, I mean, it really helped on the hot day during the festival and also gave you nutritional balance because you're eating something sweet, but you're also getting something dense because the protein. And I mean, those sandwiches are huge too. They're thick. And so I think that's a really cool thing. That's like what sparked you into at least wanting to get a product and then more products out on the market as far as, hemp derived goes.
Absolutely. Yeah, just to speak to those sandwiches, like you can see in the ice cream, like it's green in color, that you can really see how much hemp is in there. But surprisingly, you don't taste any hemp. Like there's no grittiness. It's really creamy and has a phenomenal flavor profile. So yeah, big ups to DOS on that one.
Oh yeah, dude! Shout out to that guy because like we went back there more than once.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, when did it like spark to you during the process of making your first products to start expanding into other ways of how hemp can be helpful?
Yeah. So for us, when we were learning about hemp as a food source, similar to this conversation, we were just learning that the opportunities are essentially endless on where hemp can be used, not only in foods, but also in industrial products as well. And so when we created Evo Hemp, we always had the idea of coming out with tons of products across the grocery store that have hemp involved, but that taste delicious. And so it was always something of ours that we wanted to do to grow to having a lot of different SKUs. But now you can see we have about 25 different products and, coming out with new products every year.
That's really innovative for you guys to take something that has kind of been done so many times, but then have the mission statement as well as the head game to be like, look, from starting the get-go, we're going to reinvent how hemp is not only treated, but executed, because you're taking good hemp and you're growing it. You're showing how other people can grow it and showing them how to do it. And then you're making sensational products because, what you're doing as far as like making hemp products is not something new, but other people just make such, well, let's keep it PG, I guess, just not good products.
Totally.
Like there's a lot of garbage out there. Let's just be frank. It's kind of embarrassing how that industry has such a positive light on it and so many people are being helped in different aspects, but then you have a lot of people who just want to use it as like a cash cow and they want to pump and dump, and it's people who have no association or even like have tried hemp or anything that is going to help them. They just want to make money off of it.
Totally. Yeah, no, there's a lot of products on the market, to your point, that just really don't taste great, but do try and highlight hemp. And I would say one of the difficulties with hemp is you have to really understand the ingredient in order to make sure that you're blending the flavors well enough so that it still has a phenomenal flavor profile and you're still getting all the nutritional benefits of hemp. And when we first started, people would think like, are you selling rope? Like that would be a common question that we'd get asked. And like we even had people spit out the product when we've been demoing, thinking that we're drugging them or something like that. So, it's been a long road as far as education is concerned. But I think, especially with the bump in CBD back in 2019, education is definitely on the rise here in the US. People are interested in trying hemp as a food source, but the key is making sure that it really tastes phenomenal and that they're not, taking a hit on flavor in order to get that increase in nutrients. And so that's really where Evo Hemp shines, is making sure not only are you getting some of the best nutritional products on the planet, you're getting some of the best tasting products on the planet as well.
Yeah, and so have you guys always been 100% a hemp company, or have you ever done anything with cannabis?
We've always been a hemp foods company. That's really been our focus. So always on the
Perfect.
hemp side and always, focusing more on the health benefits side as well, whether that's through the food source or through different cannabinoids.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I just wanted to make that clear because I feel like there's other people that have had like similar names to your guys's, but not without the hemp, but like the Evo. And then I was just like, okay, just making sure. But
Totally.
anyway, how would you tell people to incorporate hemp more into their diet? What are some easy ways that you guys offer to people that are easy ways to consume hemp?
Yeah, I would say the simplest and easiest way to consume hemp is with hemp hearts. So those are just the shelled hemp seeds. They have a really nice nutty flavor. The texture is going to be somewhere between like a sesame seed mixed with a sunflower seed. So a little harder than a sunflower seed, but not quite as hard as a sesame seed, but still having that nice nuttiness. And again, you're going to get that 33% of protein from those hemp hearts. They also have all your oils in there, so you're getting all the omega content as well. And again, all the amino acids. And all you need for the hemp hearts is 2 tablespoons in order to get a full serving. And you can really just sprinkle that on anything that you're eating. You can put on your salads, smoothies, pretty much any meal. It gives a nice nutty flavor to it, and it's going to give you all those nutritional benefits also.
That's really, really cool because I love putting hemp hearts on my like avocado toast. I love throwing them into smoothies. I love putting them on all sorts of different dishes. So it's really cool that you only need 2 tablespoons to get like a daily benefit out of it. So that's really interesting to know because, sometimes I'm going a little heavy on the hemp hearts. So it's still, I'm sure there's no damage in doing that.
Absolutely not. You'll just get, a higher amount of omegas in your day, more protein content. So you're really not going to get anything negative from over consuming hemp hearts. And also because it has all those aminos and those omegas, you'll actually start to notice a mood boosting enhancement as well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's really cool to incorporate and just tell the audience as well, because I'm sure anybody could benefit from a nice mood boost.
Absolutely.
What are some of your favorite recipes or ways that you've personally incorporated hemp or found fun ways since you have so much to play with? Like, what do you like to do personally?
So, sprinkling of the hemp hearts is absolutely something that I love to do on almost every meal I eat. Additionally, with the hemp protein that we offer, it's a really nice white creamy protein. So most hemp proteins are more green and gritty. What we do is we actually shell the hemp seed first before processing it into a protein. So it gives you a really nice white creamy consistency. And you can use that as like a flour alternative in cooking and baking. And so that's a great way to kind of sneak in your hemp protein there and get a lot of nutrients in, traditional recipes. Additionally, just with our nutrition bars, it's always fun to mess around with those and kind of make new desserts out of them. So like some things that we've done is make like with a cookie dough bar, enrobed it in chocolate and made different little cups out of it. That's been really cool. With the birthday cake bar, you can kind of use that as like a base for a crust, or even with the lemon bar, you could use that as a crust for a lemon bar recipe. So there's a lot of really cool opportunities to reincorporate the bars into recipes also. And then with the CBD, we do a lot of different R&D there. So we're also working on like a CBD sugar right now. And one of our ambassadors is actually using that CBD sugar on mocktails, similar to like margaritas. So it lines the rim of your drinks with the CBD sugar, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's so innovative, the way people are taking it and branching out with different ways to use hemp. And like you just said, making a sugar out of it, that's so crazy, to rim glasses, make mocktails that are, hemp or CBD based, because, you're still getting so much benefit from everything, but you're not sacrificing any, over consumption of calories or sugar or processed, syrups or anything like that. You're getting a good drink.
Definitely. So yeah, been loving, continuing to play with different options and always have new products in the works as well. So the newest product that we just released, which is our matcha latte bar. It's similar to the other bars on the market, but we added matcha in there to give you a really nice flavor profile of that matcha latte. But you're also going to get that caffeine from it too. So it's a nice pick-me-up, great morning start.
Yeah, matcha and hemp sound phenomenal together already, so it's just a match made in heaven. I love the consistency of your bars too. I had some of the chocolate ones the other day and it's so good. It just tastes like a treat in its own, but it's got its own texture. It's not gritty, and you want to finish it, and it actually fills you up as you're eating it. Like you can feel how dense it is going into your system, and it's good stuff. As well as I use the protein to make some ice cream that was off the charts.
Oh, nice. That's really cool. I'd love to see a video of the protein being used for ice cream. That'd be really great.
It's on my Instagram. So when we're off this conversation later, go ahead and check it out. And I used it. I posted it just the other day.
Nice. That's awesome. I'll definitely check it out as soon as we're off. But that's a really great idea.
Today's episode is brought to you by SAPS. You know, staying hydrated is crucial, whether you're working out, working hard, or just going about your day. SAPS is not just any hydration drink. It's packed with electrolytes and essential minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium that help you rehydrate faster and more effectively than water alone. It's perfect for those hot summer days, intense gym sessions, hanging out with friends late night, the sauna, or even if you're just feeling under the weather. What I love about SAPS is that it's not loaded with sugar like many other sports drinks out there. It has just the right amount of sweetness and a refreshing taste that makes staying hydrated enjoyable. Plus, it's available in a variety of delicious flavors, so there's something for everyone. Whether you're an athlete, a busy professional, or someone who just wants to feel their best, SAPS has got you covered. And the best part? You can get SAPS delivered right to your door. Just visit sapsoriginal.com and use the promo code MEATMAN15 to get 15% off your order. That's sapsoriginal.com and use the promo code MEATMAN15 to get 15% off your order. So why wait? Hydrate smarter and feel better with SAPS. Because I have a Ninja Creamy, so I did like those like Core Power Fairlife as the base, and then I put Primal Kitchen's collagen in there, and I used y'all's protein, and then let's see, I think that's about it. Is what and then I blended it up, and I was able to freeze it, and then blend it, and then put a little bit more milk in there, and then I put brownie brittle in there as well. But it was phenomenal. It turned out great. I'd be really interested because I think that they make hemp milk, right?
Yep, definitely. I would say one of my favorite milks is Temp. They do a really good hemp milk. They also do one blended with coconut milk that's really good.
Where can you purchase those?
Generally, Whole Foods will have it, natural grocers as well. And then I believe Sprouts also has hemp milk. I don't know if they have the Temp brand. If not, they'll probably have Pacifica.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's good to know, just because I'd be really interested in like incorporating multiple things that you guys offer and some hemp milk to make like a really truly hemp-based ice cream.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That sounds delicious.
Because then take your guys' hemp chocolate chip cookies and make like a hemp cookie, and then make an ode to DOS or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I was gonna say you should when you're playing with the ice cream next time, you can break up a bar into it, and then you're gonna have like cookie dough chunks or birthday cake chunks. So it could be a really great way to have inclusions.
Yeah, I'll definitely make like a hemp milk, hemp protein, collagen based thing with hemp bars in there as well.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'll definitely, and since we live close enough together, I'll definitely shoot you over some.
Awesome. That sounds great.
Absolutely, man. So explain to me like currently your relationship with food other than hemp. Would you say that it's a good relationship? Would you say it's gone through its own struggles? Has it always been a normal, easy thing for you to manage? Or tell me more about that.
Yeah, I love food, so I have a great relationship with food, I would say. Again, like as we were learning about the health benefits of hemp, definitely became more health conscious about just what I'm putting in my body. And with starting this company, have just learned so much about food on the education side. So just naturally become a lot more educated and aware of, different health products and what's best for my body. And so I would say, today I am much more conscious about what I'm eating, when I'm eating it, how much of certain things that I'm eating. And I think that's really the biggest thing is just, really everything in moderation. Overconsumption just is not great for your body of anything, long term.
No, that's a really good takeaway. That's very simple. That like you took the branching of learning from hemp that allowed you to be a catalyst to then, educate yourself on other branches of food and how that works. With that education being said, what's your opinion on our current food system? Is there something that you would tell the masses out there? Because I think it's a shame that they don't incorporate more hemp into more mainstream education.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely missing hemp as far as mainstream foods. It's very minimal when you go to like traditional conventional grocery stores. And I think that's just a big miss because of all the health benefits it provides. But to your point, I think, especially in America, just our food system's broken. If you go to conventional grocery stores, there's just so much processed food, so many chemicals added that's just not necessary, that it makes it difficult to shop through a conventional grocery store and eat healthy without really checking the labels on just about anything that you buy. And I find it really interesting that, especially with like the big brands such as like General Mills or Kellogg's, if you look at their products in the US versus in Europe, it's striking how the ingredients differences really line up. Far less processed foods in there, way less chemical additives, generally no artificial flavors and colors are in there, versus in America, it's loaded with all those things. And so it's really interesting to see that dichotomy. And I think, it'll take the American population really just pushing for a change from these big companies in order to have a really better food system across the country.
I think that you spoke some really like loud volume there. You're right. It's pretty astonishing when you do the comparison of countries over on, in Europe, that they ban all of those colors, those oils, all of those unnecessary dyes, and, all the gluten that is just terrible. But then over here, we have all of our cereal is just chocked full of it. So that's pretty interesting just to think about that in general.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, the next step I would say would be like GMOs, for instance. And there's countries such as Italy and Mexico that have literally outlawed GMOs completely. So Mexico, a few years back, outlawed all cultivation of GMOs in the country. And as of this year, they actually stopped all import of GMO corn as well. So, I mean, it's really interesting to see these other countries around us taking a big step to protect the health of their population. And, hopefully America will be there soon.
Yeah, no, I think that eventually we'll catch up because there's a lot of people that are like kind of controlling these operatives and these choices that are being made kind of on a higher tier of thing, much like, people in an office where they're old and they have old ways and they have old money and they have old, they have people just, bribing them to do different things to control companies like Tyson or Big Milk and, things like that, where they're not allowing hemp to be in the Rolodex. There's a lot of things that are very broken in our system, and it'll just take time and the correct voices and people like yourself doing the work you guys are doing and, getting out there and being a voice for hemp and being a voice for this whole industry of people that need folks like you on the forefront telling people about hemp and educating them on its, benefits and whatnot. So, silly question. If you could, cook like a nice meal, whether it's got hemp or it's whatever your, choice is, dead or alive, who would you cook it for?
Let's go with Guy Fieri.
Yeah, dude, of course, dude. I mean, I've actually heard he's one of the nicest, kindest people, and I've only heard good things about him.
Yeah, and the reason I ended up choosing him is I would love to, just continue to educate people that are prominent in the food system and in the food community about the benefits of hemp. And what better person than someone like Guy to really try all the amazing benefits of hemp and really try, hemp in some great recipes where he's likely never had it. So, that's why I ended up choosing him.
No, I think that's actually really cool because that kind of like gets me just thinking in the way of like, so that's like something you do want to do is just keep educating the higher and the higher and the higher up of people who have those stronger voices and connect with them about hemp. I think that's really admirable and a really cool kind of like mental goal to go through.
Definitely. No, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, it's just always been a mission of ours to continue to educate the masses about the benefits of hemp, really get it out there so that it becomes a mainstream ingredient. And so when we started the company, like for instance, it was illegal to grow hemp in the United States. And so Ari and myself lobbied Congress here in Colorado and in Washington in order to help get it legalized. And we were actually the first company in the United States to have a full supply chain of all U.S. grown hemp for our company.
Yeah, wow. Like that's so cool, to be able to say that you did that and the work that you put in to do it is amazing.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, we're really just excited that the industry has continued to grow and develop and that, more and more people every day are learning about the health benefits of hemp and more and more people are starting to incorporate it into their daily lives and put it as a staple ingredient in their pantries, which is just amazing to see.
No, I agree. I think there's even more people like, that wouldn't have never thought of it in a more positive light. Like my parents, they're not like anti hemp or something like that. But when they hear this kind of stuff, they actually see the benefits that it's not going to get them, anything other than what you're telling them about, because you were saying earlier, people have almost spit out samples because they thought that it had like THC in it or something.
Totally. And so, yeah, no, the education's definitely growing a lot and it's really cool to watch. So like you were just saying, when we first started, people were assuming it's rope or that it's something that's going to get them high. And today, most people or a lot of people really see hemp and they're like, I've heard about that. I'd like to learn more. And so I think that a lot more people are open to the conversation and a lot more willing to learn about this plant and the health benefits behind it.
Yeah, plus it's like pretty normalized too that like people see at restaurants or different dishes that hemp hearts are included. And so people are like, well, if I'm buying it at a store or I'm buying it at like a grocery, pantry or something, like it's got to be legal or safe, something.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll see, I think a lot more shows will talk about CBD and hemp anecdotally just on the show, just as like a side conversation. So I think just it's become a lot more of something that people are open to talk about and open to, get educated on.
No, absolutely. And one more time, I just want to, give you your proper flowers for the quality of what you guys put out, because everything from your sleep supplements to the tinctures that you guys make, the gummies, the protein, the chocolate, you guys are doing it right. It's actually like not only palatable, but it works. You can feel the benefits of it actually working versus people who I hate to say it, but are selling you snake oil.
Totally. No, I'm really glad to hear that from you, because the two biggest things that we really work on is making sure that our food products taste phenomenal and that you enjoy it whether you are aware that there's hemp in it or not. And then with all of the cannabinoid products, we want to make sure that they ultimately work, that they have that efficacy, and that you're feeling an effect in your body. Because to your point, if you're taking something, it doesn't taste good or it's not working, you're not going to buy it again. And that doesn't really help the industry either. So we really want to make sure that we're, again, coming out with the highest quality products that you can really feel the benefits from.
Yeah, I mean, effication, I think, or like how you pronounce that. I probably butchered that. But, that is huge to actually know that what you're taking has the amount of CBD or hemp in it is huge. So the fact that you guys are on the front lines doing that and actually giving people real products is super honorable. And you guys should be extremely proud of yourselves for the continuation of how you execute that, because coming from a consumer basis, as well as just, speaking from just a hand of people I've heard from, you guys do it right, and other people just are kind of falling short.
Well, thank you for that. That means a lot.
Absolutely. Well, Jourdan, I really appreciate you coming on today. And if people need to find you or get a hold of you in the most professional way possible, how can they do that?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's at Jourdan Samuel, Samel. You can also email me anytime. My email is Jourdan, Jourdan, at Evo Hemp, EVOHEMP.com.
Awesome. Well, Jourdan, again, thank you so much for joining me today. And I appreciate you and your time. And again, everything that you're doing for everybody in the industry, as well as yourself with hemp.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me on your show today, Brian. And it was really great to chat with you.
Absolutely. I hope that we get to have more interactions with each other in the future and we continue to grow our friendship.
Absolutely. Same here.
Thank you for joining me today on our flavorful journey here at Clean Plates. If you enjoyed our exploration into the world of food and the stories behind our eating habits, be sure to subscribe where you get your podcasts. And don't forget to share your own food stories on my personal page at Brian Waterleaf or the Clean Plates podcast page on Instagram. And remember, every plate has a story and we are here to discover them together. So stay curious, keep exploring, and continue to nurture your relationship with food. I'm Brian Romaine, and until next time, keep your plates clean and your hearts full.